Hello, everybody. I'm Ramsis.
And I'm TheVespor.
And we're here for another edition of Vesper's Retro Reviews, our 2D fighting retrospective. That's right. We picked another classic here, and I think you guys should recognize it, not just from the title on the screen, but from what's going on the screen. That's right. It is Primal Rage, the arcade game made by Atari, 1994. Game number 6 of our fighting retrospective for Season 4.
Now, this game you're looking at going, man, this is like in the middle of the digitization era. And, well, you're not wrong on this because these characters are stop motion. Now, the actual humans are, of course, digitized. But as you can see, this game takes a totally different approach from what you've seen from the preview.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a very different game. It's not just like a Mortal Kombat where you got to do combinations. Even though you do need combinations, it's a little different. This is more hold buttons and then move in certain directions very quickly. So it makes it a little more simplified than a 6-button Street Fighter type game, but still you got to know all the moves. So it is still complicated and you have to know the patterns and how to do everything. It's not easy, but at least they tried to do something different, and I'll give them credit for that.
Now, that being said, let's get into the statistics of this game. Now, this game was originally developed by Atari and would later to go on to be released onto the PC, Game Boy, Game Gear, Genesis, SNES, and PlayStation 1 August 25th of 1995. And then the next year, it would be released on the Sega Saturn in 96.
Yeah, so they did get this game out there, and that's great, but I was never a big fan of the game. I played it, sure. It was also on 3DO, 32X, Amiga, Jaguar CD, and systems like that. That's where the port of the game became arcade-like quality. That's where you got good. When you were on those systems like 3DO, 32X, Jaguar CD, that's where you got like, wow, now I feel like it. But then you play like the Super Nintendo or the Genesis or even like the DOS, and it's like, wow, this kind of stinks. And it does stink. It's not the same, and there's a lot of problems with it. That's why we're going to play the arcade game, the original, the one that started it all, the best of the best. We're playing the actual arcade version of this game, all right? So, what is the storyline of this game? Well, it's kind of a little weird. This is more of a Mortal Kombat than a Street Fighter game. I'll tell you guys that right now. This is not a Street Fighter. This is a Mortal Kombat. You're fighting to the death. There's blood, there's gore, there's humor, there's weird stuff going on in it. It's the Battle of Gods.
It takes place on Earth, but not just any Earth. Earth, U-R-T-H. Now, this happens after a great cataclysm. Basically, the meteor is back. It's ready to blow up the planet. And it does. And it blows it up so well, it rearranges the continents into the shape of a dinosaur skull spitting fire. And guess what? This cataclysm is so bad that humanity instantly goes from high-tech to Stone Age technology.
Oh, so this is the story of the Visionaries then, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In less than a year, they're already back to the medieval
like,
ages.
all right, we're done. I guess that's it. We forgot everything we learned just because something ahead of us.
But this crashing of the meteor has caused ancient gods to awaken and come forth, each with their own unique backstory that you don't find out about until you beat the game.
Yes, so there's 7 characters, and they're all godly creatures. And let's be honest, they're all either dinosaurs or giant primates. That's all there is in this game, nothing else. And it's pretty much beat the game, and then you find out what their story is. And that's the goal of what you're doing here. Oh, what's their story? Well, you gotta beat the game, because you're not getting any in-between game storyline like you get in some other game. No, it's just have at it, battle, and then hopefully beat the game. You find out what was going on the whole time. So that, I will say, is a little limiting. I wish it was more story-based, but you gotta read the stuff at the beginning of the arcade. As we're talking here, they give you stories all over the place, so you gotta read that stuff. It's a silly, fun game. They were trying to get it on Mortal Kombat. Everybody in the world was. This is one of the better versions of a Mortal Kombat clone, because so many games are horrible based on Mortal Kombat. This is one of the better ones, and that's why we picked it as number 6 in our retrospective.
And it also had its place because in the 90s, this game was played everywhere. I remember in every arcade, everybody wanted a piece of this game. And you know what? It really wasn't that bad, except for the fact that they just decided to get all revolutionary. Instead of using Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat controls, let's go back to ye old fighting games where you have to hold in buttons and hit certain combinations.
It's hard, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be the best at this, and we're going to give you our warning right here. I said every game we are giving a warning We are not professional Street Fighter players. We're just retro experts having fun, reliving some memories here. So if you're looking for the best moves, all the finishers, beating it in 1cc, you're in the wrong place. That's not going to happen here. This is a retrospective. We're going to play the game from beginning to the end. It's definitely going to be sloppy. It's going to be a lot of jokes. We're not going to do all the moves. It's going to be messy. Just realize we're not experts. Save your comments that you're better. We all realize you're all better than us. There you go. We said it. Now let's enjoy the game. All right. So now with that out of the way, I think it is time to play Primal Rage. And yes, I am going to take control of this. I am not a Primal Rage expert. I played this a few times. I played it at home. I was definitely not good. So expect a lot of continues and a lot of sloppiness. But a lot of fun. I am going to give you fun because we're going to talk as we play this game.
Yep. Ask me if I was good at this game 30 years ago, and I told you I was really good with Vertigo. And now, not so much.
Well, that's how it goes. All right. So let's put in ye old coin here. There we go. You can see I already beat it once in the practice game there. That's why Diablo's standing there. And that's who I'm going to use. I'm going to use Diablo. He's a simple character. There's nothing special about him. But here's the characters. Sauron, Talon, Vertigo, Blizzard, Diablo, Armageddon, and Chaos. So they all have evil, destructive names.
Now I'm going to give this to you, folks, right here and right now. Of all these names, you're looking at Sauron and going, oh, that must be the hashtag good guy. Well, I'll tell you right now, he isn't the good guy. It's the one you're probably going to think isn't the good guy. And you're going to say, oh, is Diablo the good guy with the name Diablo? No, they're not that.
No, Diablo's definitely not a good guy, as you'll see.
Nope. The good guy in all this is actually Chaos, of all things.
Wow, Chaos.
Yeah, who would have thought of that?
I guess Chaos wants to bring order or something?
Well, that's because he was an ex-human.
Oh.
Is the reason you chose, like, Diablo is because, you know, it's sort of like Sauron versus Diablo. I'm big and all-powerful, and you're just, like, short and snappy?
No, that's not why I chose him. That's why I chose him because he's a fun character to use. With you, everything's always about dominance and size and who rules around here.
Well, that's because I'm the boss, and that's what all bosses worry about.
Yeah, well.
I love the fact that they get knocked down in mid-air. I'm wondering if that's...
That might be a glitch in the version we're using here.
It probably is, because I don't remember that in the arcade. But then again, that was 30 years ago, folks. So.
That's right. Did you see that teleport?
Yeah, you moved 2 feet in front of you. Great use of teleport, right? Oh, look, his heart exploded. Wah.
See, you can do finishers. I've never been able to. I know how to do it. It's the teleport and move 3 times towards them. We'll see if we can do it.
But that's also one of the problems. This is why this game wasn't a legend back in its day. I assure you, because the way these buttons and moves are set up, whenever you played them, it was just going to be a crap show. This game was literally made for button mashing, by the way.
I know. I love how they're like, oh, it's so much easier because you just hold in 4 buttons at a time to do different things. I'm like, no, that's not easy at all. I'll take Street Fighter any day, thank you.
Yeah, their moves were easy to get off. I mean, yes, you had to get over the initial, you know, learning curve. But I mean, this one, that's what was so hard about it, because it's like, hold buttons 1, 2, 3 and do a double up or left or right.
Yeah.
And while you're in the middle of combat, you're going to have the control and time to do that. Oh, wait, if I do something wrong, I might execute another maneuver, which would put me in a worse position.
There we go, I did the roaster.
There you go. As far as I know, I think Vertigo is actually the only female character in the entire game.
I'm not sure. I don't know who's male or female.
Well, I think it is. They already pretty much say when we watch the endings of it. All of them are referred to... Oh yeah, aren't you going to try to do it?
No.
Teleport?
I don't know if you have to stand in a certain place.
I don't know. Like I said, all this knowledge is gone after 30 years.
Yeah. Alright, so that's how it works. You conquer lands as you beat all the other gods here. Now it's Chaos. That was the other Simeon.
Yeah, and you're looking at this, you're like, he's the good guy? And the answer is yes, he is the good guy. Of all the monsters, this is the one you would actually want to be protected by.
Yeah, he's the one that will make sure you're... If he wins, though. If he loses, he's still evil. He has to win to redeem himself. It's
That's
one of those
correct.
type of stories.
Yep. Here's the funny thing. He sort of follows the story of the Emperor of Mankind from 40k, because he was the first great shaman.
Oh,
so,
well, there you go. See, everything's based on everything.
So I guess this is the unwritten tale of Warhammer 40k. Oh, there you go. No! There you go. I also like the fact your heart explodes. By the way, this is why they're saying this is extremely gory, is because of that.
Yeah. Well, there's also some fatality if we can do it.
You're just going to turn them into, what's the word I'm looking for? Ash, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty much a flamethrower finisher.
There you go. Oh no!
Bum rushes.
I can't remember. Is there actually a block button in this, or is it still the back?
No, you just hold back.
You see, that's my problem. After when we played Mortal Kombat, we played some Street Fighter, and every time I wanted to block, I hit back and not the block button.
Oh, well, yeah.
I tell you what, I never liked a button for just blocking.
I don't either. I always got used to just hold back.
There you go. Do your teleport. You gotta get farther away.
Oh. They don't tell you where to stand.
Well, I imagine you have to be farther away because you won't teleport if you're right next to him. Yeah. So next time, just be aware of that. We'll try to figure it out, folks.
We'll try. If I don't get it, I don't get it.
But yeah, can you see now why this game wasn't the legend? You know, I thought they did different, an actual motion, not them just clearly taking just some random pictures of them. See, look at it, folks. Boy, isn't Talon a little bit easier than what he was? It's almost like the game recognized I put another quarter in. By the way, isn't this a sad truth that you all find out when you're older? You're like, man, why is it so much easier for me to beat them when I put that continue in the arcade?
Yep, exactly.
Now, don't get me wrong, they're not going to be a pushover, but you can definitely see that this was not the same level of him jumping everywhere.
Nice fire. No.
Fire nostrils?
Snorting fire? How about that?
You know, what would have been actually pretty cool is if they made like a Primal Rage cartoon.
Well, I know they made books and comics, but yeah, never had a cartoon though. I mean,
comic would have been awesome. I never saw it.
Darkstalker's got one, right?
Oh God, no! With Merlin.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, he's bringing it. He's bringing it. He's bringing the boom. Gonna be a close one. Alright, try it.
Oh.
He's trying, folks. He's following the instructions. But, as with all things, it's absolutely hard to do. He's conquered 4 lands out of 7.
Alright, now we got Blizzard. So it's ice and...
appropriate. I do know that Blizzard was actually a decent character because of that. Because even though the freezing didn't do much damage, the fact that he could set you up for a combo like that plunge attack just would wreck your world.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the fact you have your red followers and his blue followers.
Color coordinate followers? I like it.
Yeah, I love the fact that if this is supposed to be Stone Age, it should be furs, not cloth.
Well, you would think so. It's kind of cold up here on the mountain, too.
Absolutely. Get him!
A lot of clipping in it.
Well, don't forget, that's actually something that we do want to point out. That this arcade version that we are playing, they have some problems emulating them because, believe it or not, it was not intentional, but they way they coded it made it almost impossible for a very long time to get a good ROM.
Yeah, they finally broke it, but you're never gonna get 100%. And it's much better than the console version. We didn't want to play console.
Oh, the consoles are just terrible.
Yeah, they just.
I remember renting the Super Nintendo version of this. It was horrific. Like that tawny brown he is. Who would want to be that?
I think it's a very respectful.
Uh-huh. You see this, folks? He loves the color of dirt. See, that was all you do with this character, folks. Shoot and then jump. See what I'm talking about with the quarter? Did you notice that, folks? He's not doing the stupid bad attack all the time now. There you go. He's just sucker a lesson. There you go. But this is definitely not one of those games that you're going to easily master.
No, I haven't played this in so long. I'm surprised I'm doing as well as I am, honestly.
Well, I mean, you did play the practice game.
Yeah, well, goodness I did that, or we'd been.
Oh, that's why I said we offered me a play. I was like, no, dude, you spent a good long while practicing this game. I am not going to do it without having touched Vertigo for like 30 years. So.
Yeah, well, that's respectful.
Oh, did you do it?
I did, yeah, somehow.
No, that wasn't the That wasn't the death. He would have been.
Oh, I did a different move then without really.
You teleport and he got fire. That was actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Alright, cool.
All right, is it time for the horrendous grind fest?
Nope. Thought to be myself.
Time for that mirror match.
That Vespor said never happened.
That's right, they never happened. Does he look exactly like you? No.
Well, no, he's orange.
See? I told you, no mirror matches truly happened. If we don't have a mirror match, I want it to be looking exactly like the character so you have no idea who you are. Oh, wow. Just think you could be good like him one day.
Yeah, right.
That's why Diablo was also one of those characters you always hated to play. There you go. Learn the combos, learn the patterns. I don't think there's much, since this game was literally built around the concept of button grinding. Or button mashing, I should say. By the way, folks, if you haven't noticed, he's doing his Street Fighter 2 tactics here of, I was going to throw 100,000 projectiles at you. Which works, by the way.
Just doing what he's doing back there.
Have a smoke, right? So, they're both red. Yours is dark red, and theirs is, like, bright red.
Oh, well.
Get him. Oh, you did a double. That's pretty cool. Like, you can see here that there is some very big clipping issues.
Yes, that's because there's no perfect version of it.
Yeah, but I think I'm happy with it. You're actually able to play it. He's taunting you. Oh, what the hell?
He did his fire, bro.
There you go. Hit him! There you go. Oh, here you go. Oh, you got him! 5 seconds left. Good show, oh, Bing. Good show. Are they going to go eat him now?
I don't know. Yeah. Alright, so now we're... Oh, we got everything with the last land. Alright, here we go. World domination. Must replenish your health before the final match. Alright, so now you gotta eat people. That's the goal here. So you gotta use the lower attack button to do it, yeah. As they're worshipping eat.
You know, I could get into a game where you just sit here and eat people. I mean, I'm not a monster or anything, am I? You always call me like the Bossosaurus Rex, so I mean, it works.
Alright, 29% I got back. So this is bonus energy, and we're going to be continuing a lot. Every time you lose, you got to continue. And it's a boss rush again. You got to fight everyone you've already beat.
Guess what? Unless you're stupidly good.
And there are people that are very good at this game and can do it.
Yep.
But we gave the disclaimer that is not us. I already gave that disclaimer.
Yep. But the thing is, at the arcade, oh my god, it's just obscene. Because you're sitting there, you're waiting, and then guess what? You get to play, and then suddenly the computer, which has probably been set to the max difficulty by the owner of the arcade.
Absolutely. So you have to keep on continuing.
This is on normal difficulty, folks.
Yes, we didn't touch anything.
This is the standard experience that you should have while playing the game.
Oh, I got 2 at least. All right.
I like the fact that they just lose all their skin.
Oh wow, he cheated. Did an attack before he was doing that.
Yeah. Or was he? Weird. Hey, you're doing better than the last time we were practicing this.
Yeah. The more you play this, it gets better. Now this is where the bonus health comes in. But now we'll continue. We don't want to go with that.
At least they're smart enough not to make you start from the first one again.
Yeah, well, no one would do. I don't say no one, but I wouldn't.
I'd be like, you want me to do what? I love how these all pile up. Are they getting faster? I think they're getting faster.
Oh yeah, as we're working through all these.
I will give Diablo something. He does have a little bit of style. He throws these little arms. I was like, yeah, fire. Fire hands instead of jazz hands. Fire hands.
Oh, he's a T-Rex or an Allosaurus.
Allosaurus were a little bit smaller than T-Rex. I think it's just basically they're like, hey, let's make another Sauron, but smaller.
Well, that could be it. Alright, who's next?
I just love when they're fighting. They fight so hard their hearts explode. Oh, your favorite one.
I'm gonna lose, yeah.
It's your favorite, Talon.
Can't even hit him.
There you go, you touched him. I like the fact you can actually burn them when you teleport.
It's kind of cool.
Get him! I do think, though, that Talon and Vertigo, I think, are the coolest looking characters in this game because all they did was just basically give a T-Rex a different color scheme for Sauron and Diablo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to remember how they made this. We discussed that in the opening.
Yeah. And then, basically, Blizzard and Chaos are the same exact models, just painted differently.
Yes,
and one
exactly.
smaller. So there's 4 already. So now you have Talon, you have Vertigo, which are totally different. And then you have Armagon. Armagon ain't bad, but I've never liked the spiky do not touch thing. You know what I mean?
It's mirror match.
Mirror match. Not really, because you don't look exactly the same. That's Habanero Diablo is what I call him. I love the fact they could have... Well, I'm not going to necessarily nitpick because this wasn't the greatest game, but they could have had slightly better special effects, you know, when they shoot.
Would have been nice, yeah.
I'm not talking about them going Hadoken or anything like that, but there you go, like that boosh. They should have had that's like the slight simmer of crackling fire. You know what I mean? It's not much.
Alright, who's next? Oh,
Your fave,
Armadon.
Armadon.
I'll probably lose this guy. I'll take it.
Got this.
This should be.
You know, that being said, unless you're an expert, most people don't get the stun off. You know what I mean with the mine.
Oh.
But I can't believe they were thinking this is going to be revolutionary. It's
No,
definitely...
It's fun. It's just...
It's left its mark in history. Cannot talk about fighting games without at least remembering Primal Rage. Just because of the fact no real mainstream games involving dinosaurs are out there besides this. You know, fighting games, that is.
True.
I mean, there's tons of Jurassic Park games and you play them at your own peril.
I know. Alright, that's it.
Oh, wait. Let's see what wonderful ending that you get with Diablo as your ruler now.
Alright, Diablo conquers.
I feel like they could all kill him with their spears. Just one point that's out.
Diablo is evil in its purest form. He was released from his fiery prison deep within the earth, drawn by the pain and torment caused in the great cataclysms. Now that he has conquered the planet, he lives to torture it. With none left to oppose him, he begins to burn the entire planet, sparing only the cruel and the vicious. He turns the world into hell for centuries. Still in the inferno he's created, until at last his rule is challenged by someone from the sea.
From over the seas.
Well,
Oh, look at that. Fighting for Mortal Kombat. He's like, ooh, this is fun.
yeah, it looks like he's enjoying fighting for his.
You know, the sad thing is these pictures here actually sort of represent a more Stone Age, since they only have bones.
Right. Look at all the dead around him. All right, so let's put him in there. Right.
Ram is what you're going to get. Oh, you can actually spell Ramses with this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Most of the time, they limit it to 3. Let's see if Ramses beat Ram.
I did. I did very low. Yeah.
By 30,000 points, which don't mean much.
So that was Primal Rage, everybody. It's fun for what it is. I don't love the game, but it definitely belongs on a retrospective because it was something different. It was something unique. It was something like, we're going to take what's popular, but do something a little different with it. And they did something a little different. Do I love the game? No. Is it fun for what it is? Yes. Can you get really good at this? Yes. And if I got really good at it, then, you know, that would be that. I'm not really good at it. I'm just average at best, but, you know.
But the thing is, if he got really good at it, you saw these combos, which take half your energy away. So if you actually go and look at this, some of these playthroughs, like people bearing us, take less than like 10 minutes. So,
oh, yeah, yeah. People can breeze through this game without even blinking. I mean, that's how good. So I think it's fun. I definitely recommend it. Is it better or not? Well, you're gonna have to wait to see what we give you. You know, that's the fun of these retro reviews. We're gonna do our retroception at the end of everything, and then you'll see where everything winds up with all 12 games that we want to do.
But that being said, from the games that we've experienced so far and played together and watched, I'm going to go ahead and give my final review of this game. It's a very fun idea, and I actually like the fact they used stop motion instead of digitization or just bad CGI. It does give the characters a fun look, and even the people coming forth, if you time it right, you can eat them to get health, and believe it or not, some of the best players can do it perfectly, and you're like, well, I have done no damage to them by the end of the game. But that being said, I think it's a fun idea, it's a fun story, but the gameplay is truly where it's lacking at in this. There are only 4 buttons, and the developer himself said this game was designed for button mashing, which means you're not going to get the highest level of competition that you want from this, because if it's like that, then that means some idiot can come up, grab a controller, whee!
Yeah, you're just going to start slamming buttons and moving the controller around.
And sometimes that could even throw off the rhythm of a good player, because there is a rhythm to this game. If you do fighting games, there is more to it, and because of that, this can't really be taken to the next level. Esports was not really a big thing back then in the 90s. So, that being said, there's no higher level of competition for this. And due to the controls, I'm going to give this a 3-star. It's definitely better than average, and it is quite memorable because this is one of those few fighting games where you actually play monsters as the main fighters. I find it a unique experience. Is it the best? No. Is it the worst? Not by a long shot, folks. Play time killers. You know.
There you go. I think his review covers what I feel at the game after playing it. My hand hurts, though, from all the button movements and combination. This is not Street Fighter. It's not even Mortal Kombat. The button, hold down and do this stuff. It's kind of annoying on the hands. I'll be honest. It's not fun, even with a huge arcade. People can get very good at it. And again, congratulations. Not for me, but I think 3 stars is fair. I think it's definitely not 2.5. This is more revolutionary than that. I mean, we played some not revolutionary game like Clay Fighter, is an average game, but it's still notable for what it is, and that's the type of games we're trying to find here. Something that's memorable, it's a little different, not a bad game. We're trying not to do bad games. We could do a whole series on just horrible fighting games. There's thousands of them.
Yeah, like Shaq Fu.
Right, or any of those 3DO games or anything. I mean, you pick a system that we can find all the bad games you want, but we're trying to keep to the more memorable one. This is a memorable one. A lot of people talked about this game. It did have some hype behind it. I always saw people playing it. The controls are the only real downside, and the lack of story. The only story is that little end screen you get at the end. There's no other real stories of this game, and that sucks. There needs to be a little more.
And by the way, folks, we showed you the complete opening on the cabinet, walking into the cabinet. Now, if you went into and got a strategy guide for this, they'll tell you the history for it, but to be truthful, when you rolled over them, there was no history about them, nothing. Now, Street Fighter was like that too, but you know what you were doing about. You were out there trying to prove who was the biggest badass to defeat M. Bison. Here you're just like, I guess I'm just beating up other dinosaurs that got in my way.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Like, as you can see, even the computer's doing exactly what I did. It's tail slashing, it's jumping around, it's teleporting, and doing fireball. That's the whole character here, and that's it. I did exactly what the computer does, pretty much. Be sure to tune in next time where we're going to have another run. This is number 6, so that means we got 6 more to go, if my math is correct, Vespor.
Well, you actually did math right for once. You are
All
correct.
right. And we have 6 good and picked out. We've already picked out the ones we're going to do. I think you're going to like it. It's not going to be all the obvious ones, but it is going to be memorable games. That's the goal here. So be on the lookout for that. And hopefully the one that you enjoyed out of the 12 will be showing up soon. Don't forget to check out our playlist. We'll have all these nice and sorted so you can watch all of them in a row if you want.
So, that being said, we hope you enjoyed remembering this game like we did. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell, because we have a lot more on the way. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And join us on Ramsis Retro Long Plays, where I do long plays daily. So be sure to check out there all your favorites. I'll do in long play format. All right. See you all next time here on Vesper's Retro Reviews. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, everybody.